Hi, I'm Avan Jogia, author of Mixed Feelings and general actor and person who breathes. Welcome to my firsts. First quote that comes to mind when you think of your Victoria's character, Beck Oliver. Lean, he liked to lean on stuff. That was his main top #1 thing he liked to do, is to lean on lockers and on walls. And also boots, like combat boots. They were like the heaviest combat boots I've ever worn in my entire life. First impression of your Victoria's co-star, Ariana Grande. Well, my first impression of both Liz and Ari is that they sang a lot because they both came from Broadway. So they were just doing show tunes all the time, which is hilarious to me because, I mean, I'm just not the show tune type. I don't know if that's coming across. So that was my first impression of Ari, but also my first impression of Liz in general. My first kiss. So the gym at my high school had, I say high school, I didn't really go to high school. It was like 2 years, at like grade 9 and grade 10. But the gymnasium had like this, it's like Phantom of the Opera rafters. So we would go up there and I made out, we made out there. It was the thing to do because, gym class, right? First time you were starstruck. Oh, I love this story. Okay, so I just first moved to LA. I was like 17 years old. I dropped out of high school to move to LA, and I was in an elevator going to like a general meeting or some sort of thing. This guy walks onto the elevator and he has this big straw hat on and this like ruffled green shirt with a green bow tie. And then I was like, that's Andre 3000. And he started going, like to himself, because he knew I was watching. And I was like, that's very cool of him. First memory from the set of Victorious. Before we started shooting at Nick on Sunset, we shot at this studio called the Ren Mar. I don't even know if I think it's torn down or a completely different studio now. And we shot there and they gave us these little like early digital camcorders, like something that is completely archaic technology now. Like you wouldn't even know how to use it. But they gave us these little camcorders to document I wonder where all that footage, I think Matt Bennett has all that footage. First career aspiration. Actually, my first career aspiration is I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be an author, which I've hilariously done randomly with Mixed Feelings last minute. Did not know I was going to be writing a poetry book. But my first inspiration, I wanted to be a poet. I wanted to be like a 17th century poet. I wanted to be like frilly shirts and lots of absinthe. That's sort of the general thing I wanted to do. Realized not really that fun to do any of that. A lot of syphilis, not a good time. But I still love poetry and I still loved that type of romantic poetry. And now, this year, Mixed Feelings, I actually am a writer. Less absinthe, less syphilis, less frilly shirts. Actually, no, same amount of frilly shirts. I still wear the same amount of frilly shirts as I dreamt I was gonna be able to wear. So, first role you really wanted that went to someone else. I have to say, I've gotten a little Zen master about the auditioning process. I don't really care, and I don't mean to be flippant about that. I just, my job is to do the best performance that I can give to each character that I am. If I'm just a character for one audition for 4 minutes, 8 minutes, then I'm doing my best version of that, and that's where I get the joy, because I perform a small play for the 8 or 3 people that are in the room. And so I've sort of changed my psychology about the auditioning process. I'm not in competition with anyone. So I don't really pay attention to who gets parts that I didn't get, you know what I mean? I don't care. First time I was recognized in public. I don't really remember this. It just started happening all of a sudden. The weirdest time I was ever recognized in public, I was in Bali on the back of a moped in the middle of just rice paddies everywhere. And this guy buzzes on next to me on a moped. He was like, "You're from Tut. I know you're from Tut." And I was like, really? That's amazing. He's just this random Balinese guy on a moped was like, I don't know. That was the weirdest experience. But this is the thing about what we do is information goes everywhere. It's so quick. This video is going to be seen by somebody in, Romania, and that's weird to me. First book that you read or connected with. So in line with the whole poetry thing, Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. I had the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, and I went to my 3rd grade class and read them, show and tell, read them with a lot of passion, too much passion, we'll say. And they were very scared, and I was asked to sit down. First thirsty fan reaction. No one's ever asked me for water or anything like this. No, I don't know. You get crazy interactions on Instagram with thirsty people. I think people are more thirsty on the internet. I think it allows people, like, they can like get away with it. But you know what's funny is because people don't flirt in public anymore, like with each other. They flirt like online, and then they're like shy in public, which I think is a very interesting, energetic shift in our culture. It's like no one actually like flirts with you in public anymore. My first job. I started acting when I was very young. I started acting when I was like, not very young, I was like 14. So the first job I had was actually an acting job, and it was a commercial for yogurt, if I remember correctly. And then also I did a commercial for Harry Potter board game of a variety that I can't remember. And it's because I could do like a faux English accent. I was like, Scout and Snitch. Was my line, that was my line. Commercials, a lot of commercials. Excitable, ethnically ambiguous kid eats slop for money. First castmate that I bonded with on the set of Zombieland Double Tap. I think me and Jesse bonded a lot. I mean, me and Abigail do most of our scenes together, so obviously we bonded. But the thing that stands out to me is holding a bit of fence. There's this part where, like, you know, making a zombie barricade. We just held this bit of fence for like 3 days straight because it takes so long to do all the zombie stuff, like the zombie stunts and the thing and the, you know, special effects and all this stuff. So you're just in the background holding a bit of fence for 3 days. It's a very weird job. You know, it's like, you want to be an actor? Oh, great. What are you going to do? Hold a bit of fence for 3 days. First time you realized you wanted to pursue acting. My snobby response to this is Panic in Needle Park, and although that is true, that's what made me want to be like an actor. Like, you know, Al Pacino is f***ing amazing in that movie. The truth is it's probably Tim Curry in Muppets Treasure Island. That's the truth. I was like, I want to be a pirate. And my mom was like, you can't be a pirate. So I was like, okay, so what is that then? Well, that's an actor playing a pirate. I said, well, then I want to be an actor. First incorrect rumor you read about yourself. I mean, dating rumors are funny. There's so many dating rumors. Yeah, I like finding out who I've dated. That's fun. I'm like, oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember dating Eva Longoria. That's not a real thing. First TV show you binge watched. The first show I binge watched was Blackadder. It's a UK comedy. So I binge watched that, and I binge watched Red Dwarf, another UK comedy. Yeah, we do it at Christmas time. That's when we used to see, back in the day, guys, we used to binge watch around Christmas. It was like a time of the year where everyone stopped doing what they're doing and just watched television. And now that time is all year round. My first acting credit. This movie called The Gwen Araujo Story, which was directed by Agnieszka Holland, who directed Europa Europa. Sort of it's an intense movie about the death of a trans woman. I was like the younger brother. Because I'd done a bunch of commercials up until that point, it was fun to like act in scenes and do real acting. So that was an interesting experience for me. First red carpet event. Man, when you're on Disney and Nickelodeon, it's hard to, it's like those first carpet events, it's so hard to keep track. I think it was like some Knott's Scary Farm, Kids Choice, Variety, Power of Youth, something. I don't know, I have no idea. I honestly was just going to stuff because my friends were going, and I was like, I want to hang out with my friends. I never had any idea where I was at. I still don't. Where are we? So my book, Mixed Feelings, is out anywhere you can buy books. It's basically just an exploration of my racial background and what it is to be a mixed race person. So check it out.